All right, you guys, we're back. We're going to read part 2 of the Constitution. I'm not really scrolling down on the one on the site. I will post this in the description below, right, so you guys can read along. Hopefully this says the same thing. And yeah, let's get started. So where were we? We left off at, and I might be backtracking a bit just to make sure I don't miss anything, Section 4. I might go back up. I read the impeachment part already. Section 4, the times, places, and manner of holding elections for senators and representatives shall be prescribed in each state by the legislature thereof. But the Congress may at any time by law make or alter such regulations except as to the places of choosing senators. The Congress shall assemble at least once in every year, and such meeting shall be on the first Monday in December, unless they shall by law appoint a different day. Section 5, each house shall be the judge of the elections, returns, and qualifications of its own members, and a majority of each shall constitute a quorum to do business, but smaller number may adjourn from day to day and may be authorized to compel the attendance of absent members in such manner and under such penalties as each house may provide. Each house may determine the rules of its proceedings, punish its members for disorderly behavior, and, with the concurrence of 2/3, expel a member. Each house shall keep a journal of its proceedings, and from time to time publish the same, excepting such parts as may in their judgment require secrecy. And the yeas and nays of the members of either house on any question shall, at the desire of 1/5 of those present, be entered on the journal. Neither house during the session of Congress shall, without the consent of the other, adjourn for more than 3 days, nor to any other place than that in which the two houses shall be sitting. Section 6. The senators and representatives shall receive a compensation for their services, to be ascertained by law and paid out of the Treasury of the United States. They shall in all cases except treason, felony, and breach of peace be privileged from arrest during their attendance at the session of their respective houses, and in going to and returning from the same, and for any speech or debate in either house, they shall not be questioned in any other place. No senator or representative shall, during the time for which he was elected, be appointed to any civil office under the authority of the United States, which shall have been created, or the emoluments, I want to say the Emoluments Clause, the emoluments whereof shall have been increased. It's ENCREASED during such time, and no person holding any office under the United States shall be a member of either house during his continuance in office. Section 7. All bills for raising, how much time do I have? 4 minutes in. All bills for raising revenue shall originate in the House of Representatives, but the Senate may propose or concur with amendments as on other bills. Every bill which shall have passed the House of Representatives and the Senate shall, before it become a law. Wait, what does it say? Be presented to, become a law. Be presented to the president. Hold on. Let's say be. I want to make sure I'm reading it correctly, you guys. Be presented to the president of the United States if he approved. If he approve, he shall sign it. But if not, he shall return it with his objections to the house in which it shall have originated, who shall enter the objections at large on their journal and proceed to reconsider it. If after such reconsideration 2/3 of the house shall agree to pass the bill, it shall be sent together with the objections to the other house, by which it shall likewise be reconsidered. And if approved by 2/3, by which it shall likewise be reconsidered. And if approved by 2/3 of the house, it shall become a law. But in all such cases, the votes of both houses shall be determined by yeas and nays, and the names of the persons voting for and against the bill shall be entered on the journal of each house. See if I can do something, make it a little easier here for me to read this thing so I'm not skipping over sections here. Hang on, you guys. Okay. But in all such cases, the votes of both houses shall be determined by yeas and nays, and the names of the persons voting for and against the bill shall be entered on the journal of each house respectively. If any bill shall not be returned by the president within 10 days, Sundays excepted, in brackets here, after it shall have been presented to him, the same shall be a law, in like manner as if he had signed it, unless the Congress by their adjournment prevent its return, in which case it shall not be a law. Every order, resolution, or vote to which the concurrence of the Senate and House of Representatives may be necessary, except on a question of adjournment, shall be presented to take effect, shall be approved by him, or being disapproved by him, shall be repassed by 2/3 of the Senate and House of Representatives, according to the rules and limitations prescribed in the case of a bill. Section 8. The Congress shall have power to lay and collect taxes, duties, imposts, and excises, to pay the debts and provide for the common defense and general welfare of the United States. But all duties, imposts, and excises shall be uniform throughout the United States. To borrow money on the credit of the United States, to regulate commerce with foreign nations and among the several states and with the Indian tribes. Hello, people. All right, here we go. To establish an uniform rule of naturalization. That's the first time I've seen Indian tribes in the Constitution. All the ones I read online, they never mention Indian tribes. To establish an uniform rule of naturalization and uniform laws on the subject of bankruptcies throughout the United States. To coin money, regulate the value thereof, and a foreign coin, and fix the standard of weights and measures. To provide for the punishment of counterfeiting the securities and current coin of the United States. To establish post offices and post roads. To promote the progress of science and useful arts by securing for limited times to authors and inventors the exclusive right to their respective writings and discoveries. Isn't that interesting? It's in the Constitution, you guys. To constitute tribunals inferior to the Supreme Courts, to define and punish piracies and felonies committed on the high seas, and offenses against the law of nations, to declare war, grant letters of marque and reprisal, and make rules concerning captures on land and water. When I see the words letters of marque, it just makes me want to cry, because the letters of marque was given to Her Majesty the Queen in right of Ontario, care of the Minister of Consumer Services, hence why people are facing so many home foreclosures, and they don't understand that they were given a letter of marque. Why? They were given a letter of marque to do what, you guys? Leave it there. To raise and support armies, and no appropriation of money to that use shall be for a longer term than 2 years. To provide and maintain a navy, to make rules for the government and regulation of the land and naval forces, to provide for calling forth the militia, to execute the laws of the Union, suppress insurrection, and repel invasions, to provide for organizing, aiming, arming, and disciplining the militia. I want to say disciplining the militia, and for governing such part of them as may be employed in the service of the United States, reserving the states respectively the appointment of the officers and the authority of training the militia according to the discipline prescribed by Congress, to exercise exclusive legislation in all cases whatsoever over such district, not exceeding 10 miles square, as may by session or of particular states, and the acceptance of Congress become the seat of the government of the United States, and to exercise like authority over all places purchased by the consent of the legislature of the states in which the same shall be for the erection of forts, magazines, arsenals, dockyards, and other needful buildings, and to make all laws which shall be necessary and proper for carrying into execution the foregoing powers, and all other powers vested by this Constitution in the government of the United States, or in any department or officer thereof. Section 9. Am I doing on time? I want to keep this within a certain time frame. Where am I now? I am 13 minutes in. All right. Continue. I want 20 minutes. All right. Section 9. The migration or importation of such persons as any of the states now existing shall think proper to admit, shall not be prohibited by the Congress prior to the year 1888. 1888. Wait a minute. Hold on. Which Constitution is this? There was a 1776 Constitution, you guys. This one is saying prior to the year 1888. There was a coup d'etat in 1861. I know they changed the Constitution probably, 2-3 times? All right, but a tax or duty may, if you guys have the 1776 Constitution, please send it to us here. But I'm not sure if this is the one. But a tax or duty may be imposed on such importation, not exceeding $10 for each person. The privilege of the writ of habeas corpus shall not be suspended unless when in cases of rebellion or invasion, the public safety may require it. No bill of attainder. This is probably why they dishonor the writ of habeas corpus, because they're saying that the public safety may require it to be suspended. All right. No bill of attainder or ex post facto law shall be passed. No capitation nor other direct tax shall be laid, unless in proportion to the census or enumeration herein before directed to be taken. No tax or duty shall be laid on articles exported from any state. No preference, let's hear that, no tax or duty shall be laid on articles exported from any state. Okay. No preference shall be given by any regulation or of commerce or revenue to the ports of one state over those of another, nor shall vessels bound to or from one state be obliged to enter, clear, or pay duties in another. No money shall be drawn from the treasury, but in consequence of appropriations, made by law, and a regulator statement and account of the receipts and expenditures of all public money shall be published from time to time. No title of nobility shall be granted by the United States, and no person holding any office of profit or trust under them shall, without the consent of the Congress, accept any present emolument, office, or title of any kind whatever from any king, prince, or foreign state. We are the only ones as heirs can have title of nobility, you guys. Moors. Section 10. No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque and reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold and silver coin, tender in payment of debts, pass any bill of attainder ex post facto law, or law impairing the obligation of contracts, or may grant any title of nobility. No state shall, without the consent of the Congress, lay any imposts or duties or on imports or exports, except what may be absolutely necessary for executing its inspection laws, and the net produce of all duties and imposts laid by any state on imports or exports shall be for the use of the Treasury of the United States. And all such laws shall be subject to the revision and control of the Congress. No state shall, without the consent of Congress, lay any duty or tonnage, keep troops or ships of war in time of peace, enter into any agreement or compact with another state or with a foreign power, or engage in war unless actually invaded or in such imminent danger as will not admit of delay. Or in such imminent danger as will not admit of, I don't even know what that means, admit of delay. Article 2, Section 1. The executive power shall be vested in the President of the United States of America. He shall hold his office during the term of 4 years. Foreign power engaged in war unless actually invaded or such imminent danger as will not admit of delay. All right. The executive power shall be vested in a President of the United States of America. He shall hold his office during the term of 4 years, together with the vice president chosen for the same term, be elected as follows. Each state shall appoint in such manner as the legislature thereof may direct a number of electors equal to the whole number of senators and representatives to which the state may be entitled in the Congress, but no senator or representative or person holding an office of trust or profit under the United States shall be appointed an elector. The electors shall meet in their respective states and vote by ballot for 2 persons, of whom one at least shall not be an inhabitant of the same state with themselves, and they shall make a list of all the persons voted for, and of the number of votes for each, which list they shall sign and certify, and transmit sealed to the seat of the government of the United States, directed to the President of the Senate. The President of the Senate shall, in the presence of the Senate and House of Representatives, open all the certificates, and votes shall then be counted. The person having the greatest number of votes shall be the president, if such number be a majority of the whole number of electors appointed, and if there be more than one who have such majority and have an equal number of votes, then the House of Representatives shall immediately choose by ballot, and choose in this Constitution is spelled CHUSE. Choose by ballot one of them for president, and it's all throughout the document, the word choose spelled like that. And if no person shall have a majority from them, no person, and if no person have a majority from the 5 highest of the list, the said house shall in like manner choose the president. But in choosing the president, the votes shall be taken by states. The representation from each state having 1 vote. A quorum for this purpose shall consist of a member or members from 2/3 of the states, and a majority of all the states shall be necessary to a choice. CHOICE. Okay, in every case, after the choice of the president, the person having the greatest number of votes of the electors shall be the vice president. But if there should remain 2 or more who have equal votes, the Senate shall choose from them by ballot the vice president. Okay, because I always see them like they just choose the vice president. I never really knew about the fact that they had to vote for them. All right, now let's move on. Where am I in time? Let's see. I am 3 minutes in. I'm going to cut this one here, you guys. So I will make a part 3 in a minute. Let's see. I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4 pages left to read, you guys. Exciting stuff. All right, you guys. So you're welcome to join us here. Nobel on the Nobel website. We'll put the link to all of the stuff below. You can join our email group. We really highly recommend that one, boy, because that's where you get some really great stuff on the daily. You can join our online tutor school class. You can join us on the 2 YouTube channels, and we're also on BitChute. We'll put that link as well in the descriptions below. And you can join us on Facebook. You can email us for a private consultation. And for set-off, you can write to us for the GSA bonds to set off matters such as child support cases, mortgages, foreclosures, tickets, citations, auto loans, student loans, warrants. And for those of you having to see an agent doing business, parole officer, or those of you with warrants, or those of you in the churches doing business, jails for non-violent offenses, you can email us at themullings@gmail.com for the GSA bond to set off matters, you guys. Set off. I've explained that in the previous videos. You can go and listen to what set off is, and also for the 1099 OID templates, the True Bill, and a lot of other great stuff, 8281, 706, 211, you name it, we've got it here. So you can write to us for that. And also, thank you to each and every one of you supporting us there for this channel to continue. We just want to say a huge thank you for those of you who find this channel and my sharing all this great research with you helpful. You're welcome to donate to us at PayPal at themullings@gmail.com. All right, so we like to end with a couple of things. Faith without works is dead, and we like to put a hedge of protection around the Army, the Navy, the military, the Marines. Thank you to all the Army and international authorities and Donald Trump. Like, share, subscribe, you guys. Have yourself a great day.